Hey there, thank you so much for tuning into our podcast. But before I take you to your show, I have a very small request to make. Do check out the other episodes that we have created so far. And as you know, we are available on all major music and podcast streaming apps across the world. So, whichever podcasting platform you're listening to, do hit the follow button and leave us a rating, as that will help us improve our content and reach a wider audience. And with that, welcome to the show. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very frustrated this week, first of all. Sorry, Priya, I don't have a very fancy introduction for you today. But the reason why I'm very sad, I'm very disgusted, two things. Actually, three. First, the Sri Lankan crisis that's happening. The protesters just invaded the presidential house. They're sleeping on the couch of a president. Why can't we do it? So that's the frustration. First point. Second, the UK PM, Boris Johnson, had to resign. And the reason behind his resignation is one of us, a guy from Indian origin. Rishi Sunak was the finance minister. He resigned earlier, which led to the downfall of the government. But the most important one, and the thing that's killing me since last week, how can India lose a match which they were ahead for the first 4 days and they lost the test match on the fifth day? I cannot believe this. Jasprit Bumrah, who was amazing in what he was doing some decent captaincy. He was bowling like a killer bowler, as always. We were ahead, punch, smash, centuries, and a half century in the second innings. We were ahead, like 378 was a huge target. This is the first time someone has chased more than 350 runs against a test match on the fifth day. I don't know what to do. Priya, just take over the show today. You got to manage it.
That was one heartfelt rant you said.
Yeah.
Three things you mentioned, which were like bang on these days. Okay. I understand the cricket fever of yours. Completely agree because I've seen you all these years going crazy about cricket.
Honestly, I don't care. I don't care about the governments falling and the governments forming, because we have seen that in the past in the state that you are living right now, right? So this is like seems to me like a common thing happening these days. But 2-1 up in the series. This is the first time we could have, like, after a long time, we could have won a series in England against England. So we went back to play the fifth test, which was like cancelled because of COVID. Some players got COVID in the previous year. Hence, they had to reschedule it this year, and Indian team went on to play and they lost the match and the series drew 2-2. Only a cricket fan could understand that pain, Priya. I'm sorry, you're not a cricket fan, so
exactly.
You won't be able to console me.
I was going to say the same, that I'm sorry. I cannot give you shoulder. Sorry. It happens, bro. Move on. These all things won't be like to you right now. So anyway, putting some energy to our podcast. Shall we? I mean, our guest is here, and a man who has been a part of a crazy times. Whenever I get like anything related to food comes in my head, or any new city, this man's name come in my head. Even if I'm in Dubai, I've once cracked this joke in front of him. Even if I'm standing in any small city of South Africa, and I'll say, I need help, I need some recognition, any jugaad, apostrophe with the word jugaad. I need a man here. And the only person's name which comes in my head is Mr. Mukul Mittal, guys. Because he has been our helper. He has been our jugadu friend since long. And yours has been since college days. Am I right?
Yeah. So your introduction was bang on. First of all, Mukul, welcome to this podcast, and thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for such a crazy introduction.
No. The introduction hasn't ended yet. Let me take it over, Priya. Sorry, you did a good job. But this guy is not just a jugadu or a friend or a brotherly figure to all of us, but He's an entrepreneur with a sex appeal. Now I'll tell you what's the difference. There's one thing being an entrepreneur. There's another thing being an entrepreneur with a sex appeal. He's that guy. He's the one who's nailing it in both fields,
Woo!
looking good at the same time and doing some crazy business around. So we are here today on this episode. We are going to talk about what Mukul is up to, what new things he's going to start, what are the things that are ongoing, what are the different businesses he has been investing in. So, it sounds like we have got a shark on our podcast. What do you say?
Yeah, completely getting that Anupam Mittal vibes, guys. We don't have Mr. Anupam, but we have with much tehzeeb Mukul Mittal in the house, guys. Slow clap.
Yeah.
That was a very weird introduction I've ever got. Although,
Okay. Actually, like we talked earlier, we have talked multiple times that you were always inclined towards, getting getting into some kind of a business. Like you always had a some kind of a interest in getting into starting something of your own and not doing a day job or something like that. And you also come from a business background, if I'm not wrong. Would you like to say something?
Yeah. So, from my childhood days only, I was always inclined towards business. Like, never wanted to get into job. But again, I had thoughts clear in my mind that I want to experience and work for big companies. That how they have grown so much and how these big company work actually. So I've
Okay.
always seen my family business, which is usually started by like one or two brothers or something like that. So I wanted to understand how big company actually works.
Right. So that's great, man. I mean, you have already taken the experience in the industry and then you have went on to start with something of your own. Priya, we should have done something like that, We are
Yeah,
just
one day.
You guys are already doing that.
I think
Thank
we are
you.
way behind our
Yes.
own generation.
But Mukul Bhaiya, humbly saying that we have started it. So let's just accept it, na, KGB. Why not?
Yeah. Our podcast, which is listened by like total of 10 audience, and
Yeah,
they are very loyal to
But
us.
this
They
one
listen.
will go viral for sure.
of course,
It has
of
to.
course.
There's no point that it's not gonna go viral. But let me come back to you, Mukul. Like you said that you had a family background. You studied some companies which were started by few members, and then how they growed and how they expanded. So tell me
Yes.
about your early days, like your school times. How was your education? Everything. Can you just run us through that once?
Sure. Why not? So, like you know me from almost more than 15 years
Yeah.
now, I guess. So I was a very average student in my school days, although not average in terms of co-curriculars, but
Yeah.
study point of view, I was very average. I will tell you a very interesting story, which I usually don't share very much. But
Go ahead.
so when my 12th result came, I was totally shocked. I couldn't touch 60 percentage ka figure also, right?
Okay.
At the time of college selection, I was not able to get good colleges. My dad was so shocked. Boss, we have expended so many years and sent you to multiple schools, best school possible. Still, you haven't cracked anything. The day he was dropping me for my engineering, he said, let's try for engineering at least 4 नहीं तो 5 साल में बन ही जाएगा.
Correct.
That still hits me whenever I think of that moment. But thanks to you and a lot of people who helped me out to achieve a lot of stuff. And like while the college was getting over, I was in top 10 student in my branch. So that
Priya,
was
would you like to
not,
clap? Would you like to
Yeah,
clap, Priya?
but that's not a
actually,
big achievement. But
No.
personally, I feel
Hold on. This show needs to stop right now. Priya, first
Yeah.
you clap for next 10 minutes, and then we continue.
Can you hear, guys? I'm actually also Bhaiya
Yeah.
just gave a subtle example of how I'm not setting up this as an example, but yes,
Yeah.
how course doesn't individually matter to that level that you cannot pursue anything greater in your life. You can have something good in your life in future if you are consistent as Mukul Bhaiya is. You guys will eventually know how much hard he has worked to set this
Yeah.
business up. And we all know, we have seen him since years, that he has been involved in this particular, like to set up his individual level business. Although he is from a business family, but to have a, signature of your own in that field is a thing. So
Yeah, you know
we
what? You are a good human being, so you picked up the inspirational part of what Mukul said till
Exactly. I
now.
was about to say that.
And now I'll tell you what I picked up. Now you see that there's a clash between a father and a son. This is turning out to be a story for Netflix. If you guys can just think about that. So the
So
father
there's always
questioned
a,
the son, and the son delivered it. Sorry, Mukul, go ahead. Yeah, continue with your
there's
story.
already a movie on that, which I guess we all love, which is Tamasha.
Tamasha.
All right.
Yeah.
A bit
I
of
always
that.
knew this guy wanted to be like Ranbir Kapoor. And yeah.
Starting
Anyway,
from Ye Jawani Diwali, but ended up like Ved.
yeah.
Mix
Go
of
ahead, go
both.
ahead, go ahead with your story.
Ah,
So we were
so
like, yeah, your father
huh,
went to drop you for engineering, and that hit you somewhere. Go ahead. Yeah.
yes. So in my engineering days, I was never inclined towards studies, but I was more inclined towards other activities, events, and all those stuff. I love to interact with people and like connect with everyone possible. I wanted to be known to everyone, be it senior, be it junior, be it my classmates.
Yeah, you were a
Plus, yeah,
people
I was a
person.
people's person.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, like everyone were running to get job like on final year. I was totally inclined towards business, so I was said ki I want to do MBA or any business like that time only. Then I pursued MBA from Mumbai. I went to Mumbai. I
Okay.
did my MBA in marketing. Luckily, not luckily, I would say I worked really hard to get an internship. But to my desired company, a lot of company used to come in college, but I wanted to get into what I loved. Like,
All right.
so then I got into. I'm sure you guys must have heard of it.
Yeah.
There I explored a lot of opportunities. I learned a lot there, but eventually, 6 months down the line, they offered me a job as well, like a post internship. We usually call it PPO, but
Mhm.
I rejected it somehow because that was not adding anything for my business point of view. Like
Okay.
the company was amazing, job was amazing, but I was always inclined towards business, and there were no good learning that would have helped me to start a business. Then I switched to a startup, which eventually got shut in just 6 months.
Mm.
Then I was so shocked, and I had no idea what to do then. I explored multiple opportunities, got job from big MNCs, good banks, multiple
Yeah.
startups. But then somehow I ended up into franchise industry, joined a company like they are the biggest franchisee consultancy company in the India.
Okay. 1 second. Sorry to interrupt you. So all this while the companies were shutting down, you were given job offers and everything was happening. You had at the back of your mind that you are going to start something of your own, and this is just the stepping stone. You're just learning from it.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Yeah.
That was very
Understood.
clear in my mind. All these things should not bother me, although at that particular time I was too much bothered. But eventually, like everything happens for good.
True.
Yeah.
That startup
great.
got shut. I came into franchise industry. I worked in that company for 2 years. Did franchising for multiple brands, different sectors. Then I got an offer from Tata, which like every Indian has a dream to work with Tata, right? KG, you are already working with Tata.
Yeah.
Uh, so then I joined Tata, and somehow later, 6 months down the line, when COVID came, I came back home. I always wanted to start business, and that was the point I realized when I came back to Chhattisgarh, Raipur particularly. I saw there's a huge opportunity. There are no franchise consultant. There's no professionalism in the market. Plus,
Mhm.
again, I was not that sure that I want to start this consultancy firm, but I was sure that I want to quit the job and start something of my own. It took me only 15 days to figure out I want to get into franchise.
Yeah. I guess we lost him.
I hope not.
No, I am. I
Okay.
can hear you guys.
All
Okay.
right, continue. We can hear
Yeah.
you too.
Yeah. So my father was suggesting me to start some factory or industry or join his business, but I was very rigid that I did not want to join a traditional business. I knew my capabilities and I wanted to explore some option which is scalable across India and which can be like which should help people out end of the day, right? That's what entrepreneurs are there for, right? That's where franchise it up came into picture. Started tapping a lot of brands in local market.
So you are particularly focused in Raipur at this time. And
Not
just to reiterate, your brand's name is Franchise It Up.
franchise it up. Yep.
All right.
Nice.
Do follow me on Instagram.
Of course, we are already following it.
So like it took me 2 to 3 months to crack my first deal. Thanks to people here who showed trust and interest at what I was giving in the table. And once I started meeting people, I was so happy that like I started this because everyone whoever I used to meet used to say was this is what we wanted.
Yeah.
We wanted someone who have this kind of experience and is there in the market and helping us out. People used to deal with consultants from Mumbai or Delhi, which eventually could not work out properly. So that's
Right.
where my journey started. Now, like, so KG, as you told, I'm not just operating in Raipur. I'm taking care of whole of central India, majorly Chhattisgarh, western Orissa, some cities of Jharkhand, and some cities of Madhya Pradesh.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Trying to grow
Yeah.
it more and
we
making it concrete.
gotta learn a lot. We gotta learn a lot from what this
Yeah.
guy is doing. And
Also,
you guys need to be in touch with me then.
of course, of course. I have a question for you. As you said, there was so many like options in front of you when you left from that company of yours, and then you started thinking very seriously about this franchisee and your own company. What made you like consistent towards thinking towards this direction that I am gonna set it up on myself, and what made you like not reluctant about other like joining other firms and going for a conventional job, I would say.
Okay.
What made you consistent?
Okay. So again, coming down to job or any other career point of view, this thought was very clear from start. I feel I took a bit longer just because of the opportunities that was served in Mumbai. But when I came back, all the like we say Maya Nagari Mumbai, all things got disappeared, and I saw the reality check of my life. That's where I decided to leave the job as soon as possible. Eventually, I wanted to start to all the entrepreneurs: don't leave your job unless you have your passive income greater than your salary. But touchwood, I made some saving which could help me out to sustain at least 6 months on my own. That's when I decided to leave the job, and I was mentally prepared. It will at least take 2 to 3 months or more than that to establish something or get things rolling in the business.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Coming down
Yeah.
to options that I had after leaving the job. First of all, like the traditional business, all were suggesting me to start some iron trading business or do a stone crusher or put a rice mill or something like that.
Yeah.
I realized it will take at least 6 months to a year time or even 2 years to figure out what to do. Right.
In that space, yes.
in that space or any space for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
Then I realized if I want to start from scratch and I want to build network, I need to understand the business. I
The
need to
business
understand
trend.
the market. Why
Hmm.
not? Why should I leave my network, which I've already created in past few years,
Yeah.
and start something like this without any kind of investment?
Okay.
Like there will no money invested in my business, right?
Exactly. It's just your experience that you
It's my
invested.
experience and my time that I've invested from last 4-5 years.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, quickly, I want to touch upon this food thingy that you have started just now, and
Okay.
because we have got a lot of topics to discuss after that. So, would you quickly touch upon what is this new venture that you were starting?
Okay. So it's been 2 years that I've started franchise it up, like 18 months to be precise, 1.5 year.
Yeah.
Like eventually doing multiple deals for multiple food and beverage, retail, education, healthcare, all categories. I ended up doing my own, like taking up our own franchisee in Raipur with a friend, of course, because I did not want to get into operations. So we have
Okay.
started Nescafe ka franchisee in the most premium location of Chhattisgarh, which is Marine Drive, Raipur. We are getting
Okay.
crazy response, learning a lot more about business inside out. Somehow
Excellent.
this network, like what I was saying just
Yeah.
2 minutes back, like like if I would have started it then, it would have not succeeded it, or I would have not got the response like how I'm getting it right now because of the network that I've created. So if we have time, I will just take you through the
Sure.
opening of
Sure.
Nescafe. It will hardly
Yeah.
take
Go ahead.
30 minutes.
Good. Good.
So when I was opening Nescafe, I had no clue about backend operations. Although I must have done 70, 80, more than that deals for food and beverage. This was the first opening when I was beside the counter.
Okay.
Then at that point of time, I came to know about a lot of new operational challenges, which usually my clients must be facing, which I was always there to help them out. But thanks to the network that I've created, all the brand owners were standing with me, like who have 5 year, 10 year, 8 year experience and have network and have connection, and everything was so sorted on just phone calls. That's when I
I get it.
realized. That's when I realized this network thing really works.
So I'll what I am picking up from what you have said so far is that both of your businesses are helping each other in a way,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Right. So with your contacts from franchise it up, you were like with ease you opened up Nescafe, and now
Nescafe
with the operations that you are trying to do
streamline.
inside
Yes,
Nescafe, you now figure out like, okay, my other companies customers could have faced such issues, so now you have got better options and better suggestions for them and
yep,
better solution.
yes,
Got it.
exactly.
Excellent, man. And I, since the time I've known you, I think Priya would agree to it. We have seen that you're very passionate about food and eating, right? Obviously, you come from a Marwadi family, so it comes in your blood, but you have that interest right through the beginning. Would you like to say
Always.
something about that?
So, like it's been 3-4 years I'm into franchise industry. In
Yeah,
franchise industry, there are almost 10 to 11 sectors that can be explored. Like
yeah,
be it food and beverage, education, healthcare, gym, lounges, anything.
exactly.
Like
Yeah,
hospitals, everything is there. Like anything and everything is franchisable. But because of my interest towards fashion and food, my major forte and market demands goes for food and beverage and retail only.
yeah, your heart lies there.
Yes. And just because of I can connect and relate to food, it becomes easier for me to sell it.
Exactly. And
That's where
like you,
passion and profession comes into picture.
yeah,
I
like you
know
Also,
in
said
and
that
out about things.
anything and everything is
Yes.
available for franchisee. I don't think this podcast is ha ha ha. Nobody is listening it, so nobody's gonna buy it. Priya, it's just the
also
two
now
of
that
us.
it has been established that three of us are food fanatics, let's just accept that. and you guys have shared like good company with each other since your college days. So any memories related to the city or the food there or
Okay,
anything?
okay.
Yes.
Let me tell you one thing. Okay, I'm very particular that if I'm paying money to eat food, I'm gonna eat
That has
non-veg
to be
food.
non-veg. Yes, I knew
I
that.
cannot pay to eat veg food, and Mukul is a hardcore vegetarian. So even if we go out together to eat, there'll be two separate dishes to be ordered. It's not that we are sharing the same thing. I am paying, so I am gonna eat non-veg, and he is a hardcore Marwadi and he
Yeah.
has already decided what he's gonna order, which type of a paneer. So it's gonna be like it has always been
I
like that,
can
and I
I can
guess
make people love vegetarian food, right? You guys
I
know that.
agree with that because I have a
good.
beautiful memory with Mukul Bhaiya. So this happened in Bilai. We were in a restaurant, and that restaurant was going all lazy about like, you know how waiters are after 9 p.m. They're like, okay, this is salt, just the way they are very, okay, please go, procrastinating all the way. And
Exactly.
what Mukul Bhaiya did with his all like zest and energy he brought into the space of that table. He was like, इधर आ तो इधर आ तो and then he explained, देख खाना गर्म होना चाहिए जो भी हो ठीक है, the food should be as warm as like freshly made as possible. You want money, I'll give you, but the food should be fresh. And then he just said that these are my guests, and the way he talks, interacts with any stranger or any acquaintance, we know that the energy persist, and that's the thing which helped him in his career also, I would say. That's uh, that's a bang on experience because I always love to like hang out with him, specifically with respect to food. It's amazing. He knows
I totally I can totally echo what you're saying because I've also had some great fooding experiences with him, and the way, like, see, all this turns,
Orders.
all this circle downs, to this one thing, the way he treats people around him. So this is
correct.
what he's bringing into his businesses, both of them. And I guess it's time for you to fly, Mr. Mittal, and you're doing
Thank you so
great.
much, guys.
And
I
Priyanka, would
would
you
just
quickly want to talk about the topics we have got? Mukul, hold on. We have got some amazing topics that have happened over the weeks. Over the I can say weeks because we didn't record last Saturday because of some celebrities being busy. But
No,
anyway,
I was traveling, and by traveling, it reminded me of the recent news which came. Some of Indigo, I think, workers, they backed off. They were in a strike because of the uh, wage discrepancy they were having, and they left in the midway in Delhi and Hyderabad. People faced some issues there.
oh,
So yeah, thankfully we were also traveling with Indigo, but we were just crossing a finger that okay, Kerala shouldn't have this thing. Otherwise, we'll stuck there. We'll be stuck there, and we don't know anyone there. So thankfully, that didn't happen there. But yes, this is the one. Uh,
yeah. I think with the recent event of Air India being taken over by the Tata Group, I think they're
correct.
opening up a lot of job opportunities as well in the airline industry. And Tatas are not the paymasters, but they are in a way considered to be government jobs and all the perks and healthcare. And you know how Tatas are, right? And
Correct.
I think that's the reason. I also read this news, what you're talking, Priya, that they were on a mass strike. They were also on a mass leave to attend the Air India
job
Yeah.
hiring
hiring process.
recruitment.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, let me ask this to you guys. Have you um, come across such kind of a thing where people in your organization or in your project, in your floor have just left, have mass bunked or something? Let's not talk about switching jobs or anything. Have they
Yes.
mass bunked anytime?
Well, I've tried like giving them a direction, but I failed. So Mukul Bhaiya, if you have anything, you can share.
Somehow same is with me. I have also tried to do that, multiple times, but I could make my team go disappear for at least 2 days. For that,
Nice.
that is
Nice.
it. Not the whole
I guess
office space.
why you guys failed is because you are not the Eknath Shindes of your company.
Oh my God.
you,
We should have
you,
And
taken
you,
there were no another recruitment drive going on, right? Like how Air India
yeah.
job drive
No,
is
right
going.
now BJP was up there for some recruitment. So,
Okay.
Eknath
BJP
Shinde just took his group and went to Assam for some good holiday amongst the greeneries, and then came back and joined office again, but in a new office this time. And that's the chief minister's
suddenly
office. Hey,
center out just ranting about stuff. So
hey, Priya, hey, control. This is all we can say. Okay, we haven't got lawyers on board yet.
okay.
Okay, so yeah, do you have any other topic? We can go through them quickly.
Yeah. Also, now that we are talking about traveling, I want to discuss some good food stuff. I will not talk about food because Mukul Bhai is there specifically because he. I cannot stop myself from like picturing any city without him being there and saying, "Are ye to his surname is Mittal, but he shares what was that name? Boat's CEO. What is his name? Aman.
Aman
What
Gupta.
Aman Gupta.
personality he shares?
ये भी कर लेंगे.
He
ये तो हम
has
भी बना देंगे.
that. So I cannot stop myself from asking Mukul Bhaiya, like any uh, specific city's food which he admires the most, and he knows the specific place there that यहाँ का ना ये खाना, because me and KG Bhaiya, we were traveling to Rajasthan, and Mukul Bhaiya messaged the details of that particular
Detailed
hotel.
lane, not
Yeah.
just hotel, even the tapris.
Yes, that specifically this particular food item you should have.
Dish.
प्याज का कचौरी you should have from here, and शानदार का गुलाब जामुन का सब्जी you should have from Jodhpur. That was just amazing. Me and KG Bhaiya at 11 p.m. we were walking down the lane, left Soumya Didi in the hotel, and we were like, because Mukul Bhaiya suggested this place, we are gonna have it. By
How
default.
was
And we
it then?
loved it. We loved it.
loved
Even today, we talk about it to people. If you go to Jodhpur, just visit these places. So see the connection with food. Obviously, it's always there with Mukul, and the way he has um, involved that into his business side, and the passion that he's carrying for food is now shown in his business in a way, right? So anyway, coming back to food, what and the love for food, like let's do a quick one word thing. The best state for food. Mukul, go ahead.
I would say city, that would be Indore.
Oh,
Okay.
we are devoid of indoor food yet. We are yet to explore, and we have seen videos. Me and KJB are mentally prepared to go to the shops. We are mentally
So,
prepared. Of
Priya,
I went
Yeah.
to Indore just to have food.
wow.
Just to have food. I went to Indore one time.
see,
And
I
just
can
to
do
have
this.
biryani, I went to Hyderabad. You guys know that.
I can do this for Delhi. If by any chance I get to visit Delhi, I'll be there. I'll extend my stay just to have food in the old Delhi part at the Chandni Chowk area. Priya, what about you? Which city or state would you rate amongst
There
the top
are,
four?
yes, there are three in my head. First is Delhi, second Banaras, third is Indore. I'm like, these are pending, so I really wanna go there, and I'm gonna call people there. Please send me the list. What all?
Let's explore Banaras together.
Oh,
Banaras is
oh.
unexplored yet for me as well. But I have list of places, list of tapris, list of everything to be explored already.
Okay. Hold on. We have got a great segue here. Talking about exploring. Recently this news came into headlines where a Maharashtra man, he tears the passport pages to hide his Maldives trip,
That
which
was
he
really
went with a
crazy.
lover, which he went with a lover and
Ended
his
up in a
wife.
jail.
Right, his wife was doubting it, and he just tore
You know,
the pages
Priya
of the passport.
is giving Mukul Priya vibes. Again, I'm sorry.
You think he could do that?
Yes, I
No,
don't
not at
know.
all.
I really
I will take my wife.
yes. No, I'm just saying Mukul Bhaiya could have done this. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that he'll be doing illegal stuff there or because of that. Just for fun, he'll do this. Just to irritate my wife, annoy her कि मैं तो फाड़ रहा हूँ ये वाला
There are better ways to annoy someone, but
Oh,
not this way for
No, no.
sure.
See, actually, he was arrested not because of the complaint from his wife. He tore a government
Passport.
document.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was the reason.
that was the reason that he got into that trouble. You know, during the lockdown, also we came across such news where people said that they're going on a business trip and they went to Thailand with friends, and then when some airport authorities came to drop the luggage, and they were denying that it's not my luggage, and how we never went to Thailand. So their wives were right outside the gate and talking to the authorities. Are you sure this guy was there?
that
Are you sure?
confrontation, man, we should have witnessed.
So apparently, men are exploring a lot with their wives, and this is not a good sign, Priya.
That's not at all a good sign.
I mean,
I-
it's okay. Exploring without wife, but the idea to go to that extent is one thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tear that page so
yeah.
that
I'm gonna go out, have fun, but I won't tear the passport.
Exactly.
yeah,
No, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Hey, do we have time? Can we do one last topic?
yeah.
Okay. So quickly, this one. Okay, our space correspondent Priyanka Mishra sent me this news article a few days back that 78 kg garbage was dropped from the space station for the first time, and a video was released. So my question is not about 78 kg garbage or whatever. Do you think what garbage could be collected on a space station? What are your guesses? Obviously,
I'm
none of
guessing
us have been. None of you have been to the space station. I won't talk about me, but yeah. So tell me,
Pizza
I'm guessing the
boxes.
essentials. Yeah,
pizza boxes, okay?
yeah.
But
Mukul, go
do you
ahead.
think there would be pizza boxes up at the
Yep,
space station?
definitely.
Okay.
Pizza had delivered a pizza in space station. That was the first pizza delivered in a space, if you guys know that.
Wow.
Crazy. Never knew. I just knew that Sunita Williams took chai and samosa to space station.
So if you
What
guys
is
know,
that?
they have option, like they have 180 options to like select the meal, but they have to pre-select it before going to the spacecraft.
Yeah, yeah. Man, but
Coming back to the garbage.
coming back to the garbage, yeah. So it's crazy, right? They have to recycle so many things, and this is the first time that any kind of garbage has been dropped from the space station. So I think it's more about some kind of the garments that they have been wearing for very long. They don't have an option to wash and things like that.
Or
Anyway,
the okay, 78 kgs if they are throwing away to make it 78 kg. That is a question. So you're
yeah.
saying garments and then Mukul
Garments, food leftovers.
food leftovers and then all of these stuff. And where did this landed? I want to know.
No,
Where
no.
did-
It's a zero gravity thing.
No. It's so once they release it from the space, they ensure that it enters the Earth's atmosphere, and the moment it enters the Earth's atmosphere, it's gonna burn down by itself. Okay, so there's something, some kind of a chemical or something is structured in such a way in those garbage boxes that the moment they enter inside the atmosphere, they're gonna burn on their own automatically. There's no sewage, there's no institute
Pollution.
or nothing. Nobody's gonna come and take care of that garbage. It's gonna burn in the air and just dissolve, just go.
one programmed garbage they must have set because they have to take care if that chemical is going to react or not. So I'm guessing very well structured
Uh,
garbage preparation must have happened.
See, with my experience of space. I think I think there's not much garbage that I would be creating because it's a lonely space that I'm talking about. So sorry for that bad joke. But hey, quickly, if given an opportunity, would you guys go to space?
Definitely,
Of
why
course.
not?
One-time
Okay.
experience.
I'll get on the calls, get on few calls, and we'll try to
Yeah,
arrange
please.
something.
एक ticket मेरा
Done.
भी यार, please हाँ, मेरा एक done कर दे, please.
Okay, I'll make some calls now. All right, so it's time for us. Mukul, would you like to say some final words for our podcast? And to whoever is listening, would you like to pitch in something?
Thank you so much, guys, for having me. And I am sure that this, like you both guys, will kill the market. Soon, you guys will have podcasts with great entrepreneurs, great artists,
We just had
Bollywood
one.
actors, Bollywood actors. Maybe will somewhere down the line with Will Smith as well.
Hey, don't take Will Smith's name out of your mouth.
So all the best, guys, for that. This is the start of journey. Just be consistent with this, and you guys will do wonders.
Thank you so much for the kind
Thank
words,
you
Mukul.
for your.
And I'm almost down with tears, and so is Priya. I can listen her voice shivering. But anyway, thank you so much for accepting our invitation and coming to the podcast. So whenever you want, you can come back to us, have a chat, quick chat. We try to make it in a fun way.
Yeah, we really have like many questions related to your field, but with the time shortage, I'm gonna keep those questions aside and save them. So
You can call me
hoping
personally.
to look, we're going to have Mukul Bhaiya back on our podcast soon.
Hey, so the entrepreneurs or the future entrepreneurs who are listening to us, I'll link all of Mukul's contact details in the description, so you can reach out to him over email, hit him on Instagram, and he'll be able to help you with whatever new branding and franchisee that you're trying to work on. He can also help you with other ideas. He has a very fancy cafe that he has just opened beside Marine Drive, Raipur. So you go visit, check out those places as well. See some amazing views, have some good food, and have a great vibe. And we are Say That Again, Mate. Me and Priya, we conduct an episode every week. This week we are late one day. Forget about it. But we'll try to be consistent every week, and we post an episode every week. And this is it, guys. So if you have any questions, suggestions, feedback, do send us an email on pleasesaythatagainmate@gmail.com. Me and Priya have our Instagram handles in the description. You can write your questions, suggestions, feedback, or any topic for that matter. If you want us to talk about it, you can just send them to us, and we'll be happy to have that.
Accept your suggestions, guys.
Thank you so much, Mukul, for turning up for this podcast after a bit of glitches.
Thank
Priya,
you so much,
for
guys.
being an amazing host, and the way you are carrying.
You being an amazing host and being a tech guru for this. Thank you.
No, the way you're carrying the burden of this podcast on your shoulders, I really feel for you sometimes.
Okay.
So, thank you everyone for listening, and we'll see you again next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey there, thanks for listening to the podcast. Just in case you liked the episode, do leave us a rating and follow us on whatever podcasting platform you're listening to. It will be of great help if you share the podcast with your friends and tell them what podcast you're consuming. And you can also send us your questions, suggestions, feedbacks, and AMAs at pleasesaythatagainmate@gmail.com, or you can DM us on our Instagram. Our handles are there in the description of the show. And with that, I'll take your leave and see you again next week.